Hey, welcome to Big Lou Barbecue. Now, things I want to do. What I want to do today is show you how I do a little bit of cooking in thermos vacuum insulated food jars. They work like, a thermos small T, even though there is a thermos brand large T, which actually started in 1904. I love my thermos. I also love Stanley. Thermos started out making them with glass and made them with glass a long time. I bought one in the mid-90s and kept it till about 2013. It was made with glass on the inside. They also made stainless steel, but the person that invented stainless steel was a guy named Stanley. And he invented a stainless steel thermos, and I got my coffee bottle that I love. Anyway, the other day I cooked hot dogs in here, showed you how you can boil hot dogs in one of these things. And I mentioned that I cook grits and oatmeal and boil eggs and all kind of things in here. You don't put these on the stove. You put the boiling water in them and you let the stuff cook, all right? And it's great for lunches, A lot of people just think you got to heat up stew or heat up soup and then put that in here and it stays hot. They do great for that. But there's some things you can cook in here, like these little convenience meals. This one's, Clover Valley brand, because I live in the country in the South and we got a dollar store. It costs $1 for this chicken and broccoli thing. And the pastas, like rice-a-roni type pasta meals and stuff. Usually if what it says is it needs about 2 cups to 2 1/4 cups of water added to it, you can cook it in one of these 24-ounce ones, okay? If you got one of these smaller 16-ounce ones, you'll have to use partial of the packet. But that makes jambalaya mix. Now, if you watch my channel, I've got a lot of jambalaya videos, a lot. In fact, last month I cooked in a jambalaya contest, and it was a popular vote thing, and I lost by one vote to second. I got second place with 1 vote. Anyway, you can watch that video. I cook a lot of jambalaya. In fact, if you watch my channel, you know that I believe jambalaya is the world's greatest comfort food. And if I had to eat jambalaya every day, every meal for the rest of my life, I might, after several years, a decade or so, get a little bored, but I would not get sad. All right, anyway, this is not a jambalaya from scratch. You're not gonna make a jambalaya from scratch in one of these things, okay? You're just not gonna do it. So you wanna get one of these convenience meals, and here's the other key. You need to make sure, I don't know, you might wanna pause the video there. You wanna make sure it says parboiled rice. Disclaimer, this technique only works with brands that use parboiled rice. If the jambalaya mix uses white rice, it will not work. If it's not made with parboiled rice, you're gonna have a time doing it. Basically, you gotta start it on the stove, boil it for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then when it says turn it down to a simmer for 25 or 30 minutes, you don't have to turn it down to a simmer. You can dump all the ingredients in here and then let it finish in here instead of simmering. But if it's parboiled rice, you could just cook the whole thing in here by adding hot water. So that's the key. All right, this is a Louisiana brand. The reason I bought it is it said Cajun Jambalaya. They had the Tony's brand at my Walmart. It says Creole Jambalaya. Oak Grove, they don't use parboiled rice, so don't use that. That's a good jambalaya mix. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just saying don't use it to cook in here with this method because they don't use parboiled rice. If it says Creole Jambalaya, it means it's got tomatoes in it. And I'm not gonna say that's bad jambalaya. I'm gonna say that's weird jambalaya. Real jambalaya doesn't have tomatoes in it. So make sure it says Cajun, not Creole. In other words, it's brown jambalaya, not red jambalaya. All right, because they don't eat that red jambalaya around New Orleans. And most people from New Orleans don't even eat that. That's for the tourists and the fancy chefs to put tomatoes in jambalaya. All right, well, it's Lundi Gras here in Louisiana. That means tomorrow is Mardi Gras, and this video is going to be posted on the day after, which is Ash Wednesday. A lot of people don't want to eat meat on Ash Wednesday. I get it. My mama's Catholic, and oftentimes I don't eat meat on Ash Wednesday, even though I'm Baptist, just out of tradition. I went to Catholic school. I don't eat meat on Ash Wednesday. I don't have to for any religious reason, but I just do it for cultural reasons here in Louisiana. So I want to show you, if you're taking these things to lunch, you want to have jambalaya, you have a meatless jambalaya, we're going to make a shrimp jambalaya in here using this, all right? We're not going to use fresh shrimp. We're going to use dried shrimp, yes. And I believe, I may be wrong, I think Louisiana is the last state in the United States that's still making dried shrimp. Hawaii may still make it, but I believe California doesn't make dried shrimp anymore. And Mexico makes it, And it's made in many of the Southeast Asian countries. They use a lot of dried shrimp. So the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, China, they do dried shrimp. But this is Louisiana dried shrimp, made in Louisiana, a product of Louisiana. Pop's Golden Gems, and use this for like stir-fried rice, and I use this for other things too. Anyway, it's good for what we're gonna do here, this boxed jambalaya. Another thing I'm gonna put in it is dried shrimp powder, just gives it a little more shrimpy taste. This is the same stuff as this, just all ground up. And I might, probably going to, add just a pinch of shrimp bouillon to it. All right, if I was gonna do shrimp and sausage, if I was gonna make this jambalaya with meat in it, I'd take a little small sausage link, slice it up, fry it up in a skillet, brown it up in a skillet before I put it in here, and then only use about half this pack of shrimp. But we're gonna use this whole pack of shrimp. All right, let's get it done. All right, the first thing we need to do is heat this up. So if you always gotta prime it. So if you're putting cold stuff in it, you wanna prime it, put some ice in there, get it cold before you put cold stuff in it. If you're putting hot stuff in it, you gotta prime it. Well, you can't put ice in it to get it hot. You gotta put boiling water in it to get it hot. So, but you don't have to fill it all the way up. Not for most recipes to cook in here or to just store hot foods like a soup you've already heated up. You just got to heat this up enough to keep the other stuff hot. And so to cook this, all we really got to do is just fill it about 1/3 to about 1/2 full of boiling water. All right. It's telling me it's ready. So let's get it in here. Steaming the lens up. That's good enough to get it hot. Oh, I dropped the lid. Get the lid on there, and we wait about 5 minutes. I need a new lid. You hear it pop like that? I gotta get a new lid from Stanley. But sometimes this will pop off. Now I took the bag out of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and open this bag, open up the shrimp, get our shrimp powder ready, get our bouillon open. So I'm trying to do that one hand. My tripod's broken, by the way. So anyway, and get everything ready to go. And we're waiting 5 minutes for that to heat up. All right, I just poured the water back into the kettle. I've got the kettle back on. It's been the 5 minutes. You can still see it's still steaming there a little bit. So that thing is hot. All right, I'm dumping in the jambalaya mix. So it's all in there. Dumping in all the shrimp. And I'd probably only use half that package if I was using sausage. I'm gonna take a little pinch of this shrimp powder and put it in there. Just a little pinch. And I'm putting in a little bit of spoonful of this, not spoonful, but just a little bit of shrimp bouillon, not too much. That maybe make it a little too salty. All right, now, it's whistling again. Okay, so I filled it up to just below the lip right there. That's about all I need. I'm gonna stir it up, okay? I had the camera going, but it was real steamy or whatever. But anyway, you see what I did? That's still really, really hot, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just put the lid on there and let this go. And it'll take about, might cook within 30 minutes, or it'll probably take about 45 minutes, a little bit less than an hour. All right, so I got the lid on it. Now, it'll take about 45 minutes, and you'll know it's done when it doesn't feel like you don't hear water sloshing in there. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear the water sloshing. So anyway, some people turn it on its side for even cooking with these little rice packages. I don't feel any need to do that. I think it cooks up fine. But like oatmeal and grits and stuff, I do turn it on its side for even cooking. But I'm just gonna leave it like that and let it sit. I'm not gonna eat this for about 3 hours. All right, I'm back from my bike ride in the cold. I want to eat this in my warm house. You see the outside of that, just inside of my room temperature here in my kitchen, you know, 70-something degrees. These things do get a little warmer right up there. It's vacuum sealed. You know, there's an inner liner and an outer liner and vacuum, nothing in between there. And where they come together right there, there's always a little bit of heat loss. So that's 86 and 89 degrees right there. I think I need a new lid. Sometimes this lid pops off, and it's been doing it more frequently lately. Anyway, I'm gonna open it. Let me put this down. I got it loose enough to get off with one hand, so you're gonna see it right when I see it. Look at that. That rice is perfectly done. 156, 157. That's Fahrenheit. This is Fahrenheit 2. Down in there, 170, 179. So it's still hot. It's been 3 hours since I put this together. And it was done in about 45 minutes an hour. Metric temperature is saying 74.9. So it's centigrade, Celsius, whatever you want to call it. Either dump it in that or into another paper plate or something. But you can see what this shrimp looks like, dried shrimp. Just eat the whole thing, shell and all. You can't tell it once it's been dried. It really tastes good, actually. All right, I make this a lot. Got that dried shrimp on there. I may add it. I could have left the bouillon out. Getting a little too salty for me, but it's gonna be good with a glass of tea. Anyway, bring that to lunch. You got a hot lunch, guys, and it'll last all day long. You can do it in the morning, have it for supper. It'll still be hot if you don't open it. Well, there's my delicious bowl of jambalaya. That's empty. If you're interested in getting one of these Stanley food jars, I'll have links down below. You don't have to buy them through my link, but I do appreciate it. It won't cost you anything extra, but it does help out the channel. Anyway, I do enjoy using both of them. I'll have that and the comparable thermos one in the links. Thanks for watching Big Lou Barbecue, Shrimp Jambalaya.